Oh, now it comes on. This damn computer is going so slow, I can't believe it. Hi. I have just watched a video of the top 10 inspirational people with autism and Asperger's syndrome. And it makes me want to make this video talking about autism and Asperger's, because I don't know if any of my subscribers know this, but I have Asperger's. Yeah, it's out in the open now, but I never like to reveal it because I'm afraid people might treat me differently, like I'm some little kid or something like that. But I am not a little kid, you know. And just so you know, you're not watching a teenager, okay? I get that all the time. I'm 28. I am 28 years old, okay? So, and of course I have all the traits of a autism, Asperger's, you know, which of those words? Damn blemish. But I do have those character traits, like a very creative mind. You know, you should hear my mom talk. You know, because I used to like writing stories all the time. When way before I could even read and write, my mom said I used to draw comic books. You know, my own little messed up version of comic books. I wasn't like the greatest artist in the world because duh, I was a little kid then. But I remember drawing those up of I made up my own superhero and everything, you know. But I still like to write stories, but of course now, you know, in my early 20s, you know, I used to constantly write them up, type them up on my computer all the time. But nowadays, I have becoming incredibly lazy. Yeah, so, I still have a lot of new stories in my head, but with my autism, I'm afraid that I might mess it up or something. I just wish they came up with a technology or something that we could project pictures onto a screen, you know, and we can record it and everything so we don't forget everything. But that's what I am hoping for, because sometimes I'm not good at writing down words and everything. Because that is just crazy, you know. And all my time at school, I always had learning disabilities. You know, I had to be in special ed throughout high school and middle school and everything, you know. My mom had always detected that there was something about me that she couldn't tap into. She had no idea. Of course, me being me, I don't notice anything on myself. I just thought I wasn't just another kid, you know, average, whatever, you know. But my mom could see something, you know, and like a lot of things, like I can't tell if people are staring at me or something, you know. I just don't detect people around me sometimes. But that's how I get through life. I don't pay attention to people when I go outside, you know. I don't pay attention to people. But yeah. But I always daydream a lot, you know, mostly about my stories and everything. And thinking about bringing my created superhero to life or something. But yeah, and also with people with Asperger's or autism syndrome or whatever, tend to have an obsession over something or someone or something, you know. And I too have that. I do get obsessed with something, you know, like I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. I still love Harry Potter and everything. And I was obsessed with this actor Danny Smith from Big Wolf on Campus. He played as Merton, the spiky redhead guy. not redhead, spiky black hair guy. Of course, that obsession has sailed and everything. So, trying to move on from that. You know. Of course, now I'm obsessed with the internet. You know, because I don't go out at all. Mostly when I go out, it's just to do errands with my mother, and she doesn't like to go out by herself anymore, so I have to accompany with her. And of course, I don't blame her, because the outside world is crazy. Now I heard like an old man got shot, and we're looking for the guy in Warwick, Rhode Island. I'm like, ooh. See, that's why I don't go out that much. I only go out with people for whom I trust and everything, so yeah. Of course, I like to make YouTube videos. Nowadays, I just make YouTube videos. Me expressing myself, expressing my ideas, and stuff like that, and everything, you know, just let it all out there, and everything. And at the same time, I try to be careful of what I say all the time. I always do, you know. Of course, having autism always has other side effects. Yeah, sometimes you get other diagnoses like Tourette's or ADD or something like that. But you also get other things. Like, you always get learning disabilities. You know, you always get that, and you always get that when you can't read people. You know, sometimes I can't read people, but I didn't care. But mostly, you know, when I was growing up, I wanted to be in a number of different things, like a firefighter, a police, cop, or working where my mom works. I'm not gonna say what it is. And a teacher and everything, a writer and everything, but I also wanted to be an actor, you know. And I thought with my autism, you know, I thought I can't make it, you know, but then I heard of Dan Aykroyd said that he had Aspergers, and he's an actor, and I seen him in a number of different movies, especially my favorite ones, Ghostbusters. I'm like, wow, a guy with Aspergers is an actor. And I can't believe it. And he also co-wrote the story of Ghostbusters with his obsession with the paranormal and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, thank goodness and everything, you know. Even that mermaid lady from the movie Splash with Tom Hanks in it. I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, there's still no way for me to become an actress, you know, even though I did a couple of school plays, you know, not a whole lot, but even I attended acting classes, you know, but, you know, I know that I can't make it, you know, but who knows, there might be a chance, who knows, because I'm always a laid back kind of person. Every time when I lay back, you know, something just falls right into my lap. That always happened to me all the time at school. Something just falls right in front of me, you know, and everything. Like, I don't even have to try and do anything, you know, it just falls right on my lap. That's it, you know. Like, I tried to get a boyfriend and everything, but nothing's happened. Nothing, you know. But I decided to lay back on that, you know, and just see what happens. That's me. I always like to see what happens, you know. Lay back and see what happens. But having Asperger's and autism, I'm always lost in my head. You know, I always daydream a lot, you know, and I lose track of where I am, and I'm like, what are we doing? What were we talking about? You know, like that. But having that, getting lost in my head in daydreams, I think that will be a problem for when I learn to drive. You know, I'm afraid I might get lost in my head about something, and then all of a sudden a car crash, everything, you know, so I don't trust myself with the car, you know, with my head the way it is and everything. Also, with another thing about having Asperger's is that you also start, like I said before, you start to develop other things along with Asperger's. Is that I have developed depression by the age of 13, and everything. I started having depression when I was like 13, I think I was. Every time when I turned 13, a lot of things has changed. When I was 13, I started to wear glasses. I find out I'm nearsighted. I'm still nearsighted. But when I'm making videos, I like to take them off because the reflection of the computer is on my glasses. So I'm like, that's distracting. So I take it off. But I keep thinking, well, maybe if I ever do become an actor, I would take them off. I don't mind it, but if you want me to read something, I have to go like this. But yeah, so a lot of things distract me, and I have depression and everything. It's just not fun, and I'm on antidepressants, and I have anxiety real bad sometimes, you know, especially when I drink too much caffeine. When I drink too much caffeine, I start to get real paranoid. That's another thing, I get paranoid sometimes, but, you know, just give me the whole day off and I'm good. And also, when you have Asperger's syndrome, sometimes you tend to eat certain foods that suits you or something like that makes you feel comfortable. I am like that. I'm a very, very picky eater at the very beginning. Well, not at the very beginning. When I was a baby, I would eat anything. But as I got older, I started to get more picky and picky and picky by the minute. You know, sometimes your taste buds change and all that. When I was a kid, I used to like to drink ginger ale. But now that I'm older, I hate drinking it. I tasted it and I'm like, ugh, why did I like this? So I put it aside. It's like, it's for you, Mom. But yeah, I don't eat a lot of vegetables and everything. Like, I never even ate much when I was a kid. I just didn't feel hungry. My mom was always concerned about that, you know. So she lets me eat anything for breakfast. She even let me eat ice cream, you know, and she's like, that's dairy. Let her eat it. Because I'm a really picky eater. There's a lot of foods that I won't eat, especially if it's littered with vegetables. I hate vegetables. Of course, there are some vegetables that I do eat, like celery, lettuce, corn, especially if corn is smothered in butter and salt. Oh, I love that. You know, but that's the only vegetables I'll eat. Oh, I'll eat spinach only if my mom had cooked it. The way my mom cooks the spinach in a spinach roll, oh my god, it's to die for. You know, but favorite meat to eat is chicken, even though I love animals, I want to protect them and everything, but I'm sorry, but I have to eat my chicken. But, you know, but that's just me. Yeah, that's another thing of having autism. You tend to be a real picky eater, you know, and sometimes you get obsessed with eating certain foods. Like I heard one girl, she only eats food that are steamed or boiled or something like that, or cooked and everything, but I go for foods that are cooked only when I'm in the mood for it. Like, what am I in the mood for? Dessert or cooked food? Or non-cooked food? What am I in the mood for? See, that's what I go for. You know? But I think that's the other reason why that I didn't get fat, you know? But, I did start to notice I started to gain some weight while I was eating way too much salt and vinegar potato chips. I love salt and vinegar potato chips, you know, but if I ever do get a boyfriend, I'm gonna have to cut that out. But I started to gain weight when I was eating too much salt and vinegar potato chips, so I cut that out, and believe it or not, that worked. You know, my weight is starting to go back to normal, so that was cool, you know. But nowadays, I'm trying to maintain my weight and everything, trying not to eat a lot of junk food or a lot of soda, stuff like that. But now I'm starting to worry about my tiredness, you know, like sometimes I'm tired all the time and I have no idea why. But, starting to think that might be my depression or something, but when I drink soda, I'm wired. Everything. So now you know that I have Asperger's syndrome, and a lot of things had changed over the years about that. My mom really wanted to know, what was up about me, because I wasn't like all the other kids and stuff like that. And of course, I didn't notice a thing about myself. I didn't even know. But when I started to develop depression, my grandmother had suggested I should go see her therapist or gynecologist, whatever you call them. So let's just call him my therapist. And I started to see him sometime and everything, and he had diagnosed me right away. I mean, the man's brilliant, and and he simply said to my mother, yeah, she just has a simple case of Asperger syndrome. That's it. My mom's like, what is that? And he's like, read up on Temple Grandin is her name, and everything. And Temple Grandin was just spot on about Asperger's. And my mom's like, wow, that's Elizabeth. That's her. I didn't even know it. And my therapist is like, see? He's a real cool guy. You should like him. Yeah, so yeah, that's my story on Asperger's. Of how I am with it, I accepted it. I was cool with it. I'm different from all the other kids. Cool, that's cool. But I knew right away that I'm not the only one with Asperger's. Of course, I already know that, but I'm curious, is there any famous people who has Asperger's, And I was relieved to find out that Dan Aykroyd has Asperger's syndrome, and he's an actor, and I'm like, oh goodness. Because I thought people with Asperger's will never make it, to being an actor, but he managed it so good. So, like, oh my god, yes. I still wanted to be an actress, when I heard about him, but yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'll see what happens, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, so if you watch that countdown, you start to see more and more people that has Asperger's syndrome that has quite an inspiration, to the world and everything. And yeah, our minds sometimes gets more out there, more and more. Some people just are amazed by it. Even my mother was so amazed by it, by my artwork, I used to do at school. My art teacher, she was so amazed about my creativeness with art and everything, and she bought me like canvases to paint on, and she wants me to expand my mind or something. But I'm like, oh wow, I never thought I was that good, at art at all. And I still have all my old artworks from school and everything, and everyone was amazed by my masterpieces. Like, wow, where did this girl come from? Everything, but I don't know, I just do it. I believe I inherited the artistic part from my mom, because my mom is very good. She is very good too. But yeah, so that's me with Asperger's syndrome and everything. So sometimes, even when I just mentioned that I get lost in my head sometimes. Sometimes it's hard for me to go to sleep with my mind keeps on going on and 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 on with everything, so now I had to take special sleeping pills to help me get to sleep. It gets my mind to shut up for like 1 minute so I can fall asleep. It still keeps on going, but until the pill takes effect, I'm out. I'm out like a light. Yeah, so thank you to my doctor. Yeah, it reminds me I need to make an appointment with him. Yeah, so that's me with autism, Aspergers syndrome, and everything. Of course, I never made it through high school. I was just about to quit, but my mom was like, "No, you don't want to do that. I did the same thing, and I regretted it." So, the school department or whatever school stuff does, I don't care. Decided to transfer me to a special school for kids. St. Mary's Home for Children, and it's about with kids with disabilities and stuff like that couldn't make it through school, so they get a second chance at going through school. Even have residence there, a home there, and everything. But I always felt like I was out of place at that school sometimes, because I was the only well-behaved school, because some of those kids are really mental, always misbehaving, and some of them get so misbehaved and stuff like that. I just sit there all quietly thinking to myself, why would you do that? Why would you do that? But they were amazed at how well behaved I was. They put me on an honor roll. They put me on honors all the time, and I was just so well behaved and everything. What you gonna do? I always felt like I was out of place there, but luckily I made friends throughout there. Actually, the friends came to me. you know, that's the thing. I just lay back and do nothing, and the friends just they come to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, you want to be my friend? Cool, all right, let's do it. That's how I got to make some good friends on Facebook. They just come to me. Yeah. So, like I said again, that's me with Aspergers syndrome, and thanks to that school, I was able to graduate high school, with honors. Yeah, so thanks to that school, I did, and my mom was so freaking proud. Of course, I didn't go to college. I was planning on it, but I'm like, no, I don't want to go through that mess again. Because at my other high school, they tried. They tried to get me well educated, but I just couldn't do the work. I don't know why. It just got me all confused. Everything. Every time I read the words, I just blank out. And I don't even ask for help. I just blank out. Like I shut down or something like that, and I just can't explain it. But I did try, but the words were just so confusing to me. So they were planning on holding me back for the 10th grade, even though I finally passed my second year in the 9th grade. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys want to keep me here longer? I mean, what the hell? That's when after Easter vacation, and I'm like, in the 10th grade, but I was supposed to be in the 11th grade with all my friends. I'm like, what the fuck? So after Easter vacation, I decided, that's it, I'm done with this school. It's chaotic, and there's a family history in my family of dropping out of high school. Even my own cousin did, and I'm like, oh. The tradition continues. But luckily I graduated high school. I know my cousin did, but I don't know if my other cousin did. So yeah, I was lucky enough to graduate high school, and there's no way I want to go through that mess again in college. So no. If I want to learn something, I'll just do it my own way. By watching videos, and do my research online. That's how I learn. That's how I educate myself on a college level or something like that. I have to see pictures. That's how I learn. I lay back, I watch, and I learn. Like the old phrase, just watch and learn. That's how I do it. I just watch and learn and everything. Like, I have to watch and learn how my mom does her chores around the house, so I can do it and everything. And I even watched my grandmother washing dishes. I even helped her out. I helped her out with the cooking and everything. So yeah, so that's how I learned to do certain things, just by watching. That's me. That's how I learn and everything. And I learned everything about the Russian royalties, the czars, and everything by obsessively watching the documentary on it. It was so well detailed. But yeah, so that's me on Asperger's syndrome. I know it's been going on well over 25 minutes, but that's the thing. So I should be done. It's going on way too long as it is, and I have to go to bed early. We have another errand to run in the morning, so more like in the afternoon. So I should be going to bed early. So good night, y'all, and have a nice day. Whatever.